As we do each and every year here on BOXTOROW, we talk with some of the top HBCU players that could hear their names called in the National Football League draft, which starts next week. A 2-year starter at Alabama State, as a matter of fact, was second team all SWAC this past year. He plays corner. He is Mikey Victor, and he joins us here on BOXTOROW. He was also an East-West Shrine Bowl participant. Mikey, welcome to the program.
What's going on? Appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely. This process, what has it been like for you ever since the end of last season?
It's ongoing. This is it's pretty much it's almost like chaos almost, but controlled chaos. As you know, everything's scheduled and everything's starting to line up. Went to Hula Bowl first and got the East-West right after that. So a lot of things was, building up to where it was going. But nevertheless, it was a good experience. I'm happy I went through everything I went through, to this point. And right now, all the training, all the 40s, all the stuff is, out the window now. And now it's time to go play some football in a month or a few weeks.
Yeah. I mean, you seem to be enjoying this process.
Oh yes, sir. Especially coming from a small school, not a lot of us get that attention. So just embracing it and just making sure you leave a good taste in their mouth. So next year they can go get another one.
Yeah. I feel you. You're doing your part, so the next generation or next the year after and years after can have the same opportunities, and that is a phenomenal attitude. Your thoughts on the season as a whole, not you in particular, although we'll talk about your season, but in particular for Alabama State in 2023.
It was good. I feel like we left some money on the table, but nevertheless, it was a great season. We caught heat later during the season, and unfortunately, we did not make the playoffs. So that's always hard. But it was good. I got a chance to play with my boys. One last year before I got up out of there. Got to build. So hopefully next year they can go get it.
What made you attend? You're from Pomona. You're all the way on the other. Well, when you talk about, you're from Pomona, California, okay, and you came to Alabama, to Montgomery specifically, and you had a path to get there. What ultimately landed you, and why did you ultimately decide to spend your last 2 years at Alabama State?
The people up there, especially when it comes to Division One, any college, I like to say, it's politics. Sometimes it's more business than anything. So what I like to say is when you find a spot that is good people in the building, real genuine, and you feel comfortable, that's where you need to be. It doesn't matter where it's at, but just they made me feel good, and good people, honest. They had my best interest in his heart. Great coaches. So you can't go really find that everywhere. So so now you get it and you got it right in front of you. I feel like you just gotta take advantage of it and just ride with who rides with you.
Mikey Victor, as you heard him, Hula Bowl participant, East-West Shrine Bowl game participant. He's from Pomona, California. Spent his last 2 years at Alabama State, hoping to hear his name called in next week's National Football League draft as he joins us here on BOXTOROW. For you, speak to the coaching staff led by Eddie Robinson, of course, and you're right. It's a really, really good coaching staff led by Coach Robinson, who played at a high level in the National Football League. I mean, that had to be one of the draws for you also committing to Alabama State.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just having people, coaching you that really did it, that's not normal. You know how it is. Some coaches, really never played or just sat back and watched. So I'm just getting coached by somebody that has his foot in the game for a long time. Same as my position coach, James Williams. He was in the league for a little bit. Went to Europe. played over there. Um, Ryan Lewis, great college player, had a chance at the league. You go as far as on the offensive side, we had Jacoby Jones, wide receiver coach. So just getting knowledge from him and sitting in the room with him and talk to him and just seeing what he has to say about certain stuff, and you always get better with that. And if you're not getting better with that right in front of you, then you're really not using what you got in front of you. You know what I mean? So it's really hats off to the whole coaching staff, pretty much.
Yeah, Jacoby Jones. By the way, Jacoby Jones should have been the MVP of that Super Bowl when the Ravens. I thought when they won the Super Bowl, he had a big kickoff return for a touchdown. A friend of the program played, of course, his college ball at Lane, so he can relate in terms of being an HBCU player and playing at a very high level in the National Football League. Coming out of Pomona, I thought it was interesting. You weren't recruited per se. A zero-star player, as I read, turned yourself into a 3-star JUCO player, right? Speak to sort of that process and people maybe kind of sleeping on you in high school.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at him. So because I came from basketball and he played 1 year in high school, so just assuming that I was going to be somebody at that point is kind of far fetched. So like you shouldn't bet on black at that point. You know what I mean? You should play it safe. But just the whole part of just not having no stars or recruitment is going a little slow. I mean that just helped me with staying on my line and just grinding pretty much with my head down and just looking up when I get there. It really helped me out a little bit.
Okay, so you say you were more of a basketball star. So you played basketball, but only 1 year of high school football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to put it down. I have two brothers in the league, so they both was. One was in college UW at the time. One was with the Steelers. So they kind of convinced me to pick up the football. Like, hey man, you don't have any offers in basketball, but I'm pretty sure if you pick up the football, you have a way better chance of getting a scholarship and making your dreams come true and going to the league and somebody's sport. It could be football, but I really wanted to be like a KD. So like that was pretty hard for me to drop the basketball and pick up the football, but it worked. It's working out right now. So I got my paper, no debt. So like that's crossed off, and now I could go to the league, and something. So that's always a great thing.
No, it's a beautiful thing, man. How was your game? Like, you had no stars by your name in basketball. It's not to say you're not good, but what's up with that?
Man, was amazing. I felt like I was really like a Kobe, like mid range on point, and I dunk on you. And
okay.
I was a point guard. So like, just imagining like Kobe Bryant having like hops like Ja. So that was me. But I felt like that right there. Everything happens for a reason. So all I could do is take my hat off to that. So it's just so it could open that door for football.
Yeah, obviously great athleticism. Mikey Victor. Can't hoping to hear his name called in next week's NFL draft. Joins us here on the program. Plays corner for or played corner, that is, for Alabama State. So now at UNLV, you were what, a strong safety? You made the switch.
Yeah. A coach named goes by the name Trey Watson. He's at Cal right now. So he brought me in. And he told me like, hey, we're not gonna put you at this corner. We feel like be a game changer at safety. So I went to safety, especially coming from JUCO, where I was a cat coverage, dime package, man on man. I really didn't know nothing about anything. So seam flat, curl flats, any of that, I just was oblivious to it. So like so it took some time for me to pick up a lot. And from safety, they bumped me down to nickel. So I played a little nickel, and during the whole season, I was at nickel. And I felt like nigga was pretty cool. And that's one thing that he gave me. If nothing, they gave me knowledge of football, how to be played, and taking that to Alabama State and this, and going back to corner. So now I know where my help is. Now I'm kind of like I'm like learning the defense off of what the safety does, what the nickel does. Okay, then that tells me what I do, and vice versa. That and it helped me a lot. Just with the whole IQ things about it.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. What are some of the things? And I saw what a daily regiment looks like for you. Anybody that wants to know can check out Mikey's Instagram page. It's a really nice piece. I think that NFL Network did, if I'm not mistaken. It's really cool. Talks about his daily routine. But what are some of the things you felt like, or felt like? Because you're right, we're to this point. I know you're still working, but we're here in terms of the draft, and then beyond that, there's a lot more left. But what are some of the things you feel like you need to work on?
Just always good. Always could be when I say I'm a student of the game, I'm a student of the game. So it's levels to it. It's first grade, second grade, third grade. So I just feel like as long as I'm learning, keep on learning. That's something I always could improve on. Like I don't know everything, so just learn the game. More and more, and I feel like on the field and stuff, I feel like I could get way better at pressing. I get way better at off. I can get way better at everything. I feel like I'm not even touching the ceiling. I'm not even scraping the ceiling right now. So whoever picks me up, wherever team I lands on, then they getting a guy that that's haven't sprouted yet, and two, who he is, and that's like the best part about everything. You always want to see a flower grow. Sometimes that you don't walk outside and it's there. So I'm just hoping, a team, bets on me and water the grass and see what's coming out.
6'3", 210 corner. I mean, that is phenomenal size with the athleticism, which is obviously one of the many positives about your game.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jump out the gym.
Yeah, and then what else? What else do you feel like? Hey, I know you mentioned student of the game. Let me ask it this way: what do you feel like maybe something over the last year or couple of years that you felt like you needed to work on that you feel like, even though you're still working, you're pretty good at now?
Always catching the ball. I always never had a problem catching the ball at the point, at the high point. Feel like I'm good at running, switching hips, change direction, and I mean I do feel like I do pretty good on line of scrimmage when it comes to pressing, shadowing, and all that other stuff breaks. I feel like all that right there. I feel like I got better and better every year.
Mikey Victor, again, he's an all-SWAC performer for Alabama State. Looking to hear his name called next week in the National Football League draft. He's from Pomona, and like he said, he's got that paper, meaning he's got that degree. He joins us right here on Box to Row. Mikey, we appreciate the time. We'll be looking forward to seeing you playing on Sundays next year.
Yes, sir. I can't wait.